I'm usually a follow your heart kind of gal, but there was a period of time, at least 10 years, when it came to money, I didn't follow my heart because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust my own instincts. And I look back on that period of time and I realized that I was right in my feelings, the ones I wasn't listening to, every time. That my instincts were right, and that over them I was layering my knowledge and, in some cases, my greed. I've never really talked about this story, but it's such a cautionary tale, it's probably worth repeating. I made a really terrible financial mistake. I basically squandered nearly $250,000, and at a time when the market had crashed. I could have invested that money and become a multimillionaire with it in that moment, because I could have literally bought low and sold high, certainly higher than the rock bottom that it was at when this money was in my hands. And instead, I made, all the wrong choices. Look, I didn't go and gamble with it or anything, but I simply had been in such a dire financial position for so long that I thought, this is what I should do. See, should, not what I know I need to do, but what I should do. And that's my brain, like layering on top. So I got to a place where I had hidden my head in the sand long enough, and there was $25,000 left. And at that point, I chose to invest it in what turned out to be a giant scam. Again, the market was so far down. If I'd taken the $25,000 and invested it within a couple months, I would have had the whole $250,000 back. But I didn't. And I remember I called my dad, who is normally a great sounding board for me. But he said, you're so young, don't worry, you can always make it back. Now he's thinking about the $25,000 that I'm risking, not the timing of the market at that time, which was unprecedented. And I was thinking, wow, I'll never have to work again. Wow, this is gonna be so wonderful. And as I had vetted this opportunity, the scam, I had realized there were so many red flags. And I just kept, the prospectus had misspellings in it. I know that sounds little, but it did. And they don't, not real ones anyway. And there were so many things that seemed little at the time. I mean, what's a couple of typos in a 50-page document, but I just should have known better. And there I'm shoulding all over myself again. But what I really mean is I wish that I had listened to my heart, because my heart, with every beat, was telling me as loudly as it could, but I couldn't hear it, that I should listen and that I should do what I knew I needed to do and not what I wanted or hoped or thought was going to be this magical money wand that was going to fix everything, like I had won the lottery. So that was my learning. Eventually, I had written down all of the mistakes that I had made around money, and I realized it wasn't my instincts that were wrong. It was my choices. And that if I had listened to those underlying instincts, well, I would be a multimillionaire, and probably a couple times over. The good news is that I am making different choices today, and I am following my heart when it comes to money, and I am so grateful.